when they put a silencer, they call it a silencer,
yes.
on the tip of the gun. That's not what it is.
It's not.
It's a flash suppressor.
It's a suppressor, exactly.
People think that there is something that you can buy to put on the edge of the gun that's just going to make it go toot, toot, toot. That's not a thing. No. Guns are loud. There is a literal explosion that is happening inside of that. Oh, God. Welcome to another episode of the Itchy Sweater Program.
Yeah.
We are your humble servants, Kyle, and had a new adventure. And welcome to another episode.
I think you're going old school. Say we are Kyle and Derek or something like that. You got me there.
Oh, yeah.
You got me. It surprised me.
I had nothing planned, so I just said something. And but that's a bit of foreshadowing, you know. But you know what? You're fully energized, you're ready, you're psyched up, you're fed, you're good to go. So let's just go ahead and start it off, big fella.
Let's do it.
You ready for this?
Do it.
On this episode of Kyle's Adventures, what'd you do, big fella?
Oh, man. So I've actually had...
Talking to the mic.
Sorry. Hello?
There we go.
Hello, everybody out there.
It doesn't have to be on your mouth, but
listen.
Yeah.
If I'm not putting my mouth on something while I'm talking, just doesn't feel right.
Oh, do whatever's comfortable.
So
okay.
I've had a good 2 weeks.
Good.
It all started way back on, I don't know, Thursday of not this past week, but the week before.
Okay.
We did a rodeo / country concert.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Aaron and
Jordan
went.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know why Jordan, because she was not a part of Will Call, I thought. So I don't know.
Nah.
But I was the only person from my company there.
Okay.
But I learned that when you're not watching some just small-time mom-and-pop rodeo,
yeah,
and they actually explain the rules and the way points go,
okay,
it's actually quite entertaining.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, it was I watched the bareback horse riding and I was like, and then I watched them do the what was the next thing they did? I can't remember what it was, and I was like, meh.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a raging hard on in the front row, of this rodeo, because I learned that they had steer wrestling.
Steer wrestling.
These guys, they start, like, one guy starts back here, and the steer starts in front. They let the steer out of the cage, and this guy can't go until, like, the little thing is dropped.
Interesting.
Like a little rope in front of him is dropped, or they get like 10 seconds added to their time.
Okay.
And they literally jump off the horse onto the steer.
Oh, to tie it up, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah!
That's some, like, real, cowboy
dude,
stuff,
it was amazing.
Man. Yeah.
Then they got into the barrel racers.
Okay.
Barrel racers they were like,
I think that's probably my favorite rodeo, what's it called? Style? I don't know. Event. Yeah, like
the barrel racing?
Yeah, barrel racing to me is really
Dude,
cool.
It was cool. We were like the first couple girls, like one girl hit a barrel and we were like, And then one girl would miss that barrel and then get to the second barrel. We'd be like, oh my God. Then they'd round the last barrel and she'd hit it. We're like,
Yeah, that's exciting.
And like two girls went all the way around without hitting it, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
So
they know what they're doing.
So we did that. It was a good time. Problem was it was on a Thursday. And we saw, who's the guy that we saw? Was it Jake Owen?
Was it Jake Owen?
Jake Owen. We saw Jake Owen afterwards.
Any good?
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad. I couldn't tell who he was because they were all like long-haired hippie-looking guys.
Okay.
And he finally, everybody, he was waving, they were cheering, and I'm like, oh, that's got to be him right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, we didn't stay for the whole thing, but, a couple of his songs are pretty good.
Okay.
Then went into Friday that day, which was Mason's football game in this new league. They lost. But then the next day we went to NASCAR.
Oh, I went to NASCAR the next day.
2-day event at NASCAR.
I love NASCAR. Well, I love being in the environment of NASCAR. I'll say that.
If you guys think that the only thing that NASCAR does is go around in circles, you are mistaken so badly.
Fooling yourself.
Look up Circuit of the Americas racetrack, and you'll see that this ain't no circle. This is a long straightaway, hairpin turn, going through S turns, coming around the corner, going this way, going in the corner, coming back down that way, then coming around this way, then come back up and down, up and down, up and down, and then come around the corner and then back to the straightaway. Like, it was amazing. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm a car guy, so I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Brought the kids, the free breakfast, lunch. They made dinner too, so it was a good time. Fast forward to this week. Mm-hmm. Friday, Mason had another game. Went better. They only lost by 2. Mason got a pick. Almost got the 6.
Ooh. Almost got the P6.
And didn't have any real big issues. And I will show you. I want to show you this, and I want to get your reaction.
Oh, we're gonna get a.
It's a video.
A live DC reaction, aren't we?
A live DC reaction.
I like a live DC reaction. Those are my favorites.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
See the guy in the red?
I do.
Mason's underneath him.
Okay.
Watch. Undercut.
Got it. Got him. Ooh. That was a good one, too.
He was
clean, too. Like, no pass interference. That was clean.
He cut that route real well.
Yeah.
They lost by 2 points because early in the game there was a safety. They needed a quarterback change and finally did it. And then Saturday, or from there, Friday, we went camping.
Yeah.
And we did our...
Second portion.
We went camping.
Okay.
Lake Buchanan. It was very windy, but we ended up getting this tent from Costco. It was like $250.
Okay.
There's no putting the pole, connecting the poles, put it through the hole, trying going over, bend it, like a regular tent.
Yeah.
This thing pops up from the middle. You lock in the legs, put the things in the ground, the stakes, done.
I like that. That's nice and simple and easy.
10 minutes.
Oh, I love that.
And then, which probably could have been sooner, but it was dark, super dark, and we didn't know what we were doing.
Okay.
Took it down today, because we left today. 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Teardown's always easier.
5 minutes.
I love that. Everything, easy, goes into its place, all that good stuff. Oh.
I got all the stupid accessories.
Yeah.
We took it down. She rolled up. We made it real tight. Put it in the bag. Put everything in. 5-10 minutes gone. Boom. Right there.
See, I think sometimes camping is not as enjoyable as it could be because of tents. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're looking forever just try to get the right tent. You think you got the right tent, and then it takes an hour and a half to get it set up, and then it's like...
So this one was cool because it had, which I thought it was rechargeable, but you have to put D batteries in it, the big old suckers.
Yeah.
You get 4 of the batteries, you put it in this battery pack, and you connect it to this little USB thing and put it in this little pocket.
Mm-hmm.
On the side, there's 2 buttons. One's a bright light switch inside the tent, already installed.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is a dimmer, and then you push again, it goes off. But then over here, they got this thing called a nightlight.
Oh,
it's a faint, orange strip along the whole thing.
Okay.
You can see in there, but it doesn't you're not blinded, when you open your eyes at night.
Blinded by the light. Yeah. Shut up like a douche.
That's what runner in the night.
It's deuce, but Dan used to say douche.
I believe it's douche.
It sounds like douche, but
does.
it's deuce.
Listen, I love that song.
Okay. Shut up like a douche in the middle of the night.
But besides great songs, we did it a little earlier this year than we usually do. End of March, and it was very windy. We were probably about, from where the water used to be, we were probably about 50 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
But you go another 100-ish feet down, and the water was down there.
Okay.
But in this field down below, there was a giant blue bonnet field, and I don't know if this is me leaving. That's our campsite right there.
Oh, that's a really cool campsite.
And then
that's a nice shot.
There's where the water is down there. That's the little beach down there.
Oh, okay.
So we had it right in front of the bench.
Yeah.
We put our tent right there.
I like that. I like that a lot. Oh.
I found this. I thought I was being all artsy fartsy.
Well, yeah. Well, it looks cool. I think you got a nice shot there. I see what you were going for.
It's a table in the middle of this blue bonnet field.
Yeah. It's just in the middle there.
It's just right there.
Well, there it is. Oh, that's like really like majestic.
Like I could probably crop it and make it like that. Make it better.
I think that's really cool looking.
Or like that.
Yeah.
But
either way, I think you got a good one.
Great time.
That's nice.
And yeah, no, I it was a cold, windy weekend, but during the night, but it was fun.
But a good time.
We weren't sweating, you know, we didn't go in the water. Mason did. But he's always in the water. And I'm waiting for the video for my stepsister, but I pulled a tree stump out of the ground.
With your bare hands.
With my bare hands.
Wow.
I was an animal.
You absolute barbarian.
Ah! Which brings me to my next point.
All right.
Since you said that.
Another segment.
Kyle watched a movie called Barbarian.
Oh, you watched it?
It was fucking horrible. I had people telling me about this movie saying, yeah, it's a decent movie. It's all right. What in the actual fuck?
It was what's the word for it? It was a not necessarily a satire. It was more of like a play off of certain tropes. I just can't remember exactly what they were trying to play off of.
It was dumb.
Okay. That's fine.
The scary thing was dumb.
Okay.
I was kind of thinking that spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
I was kind of thinking the not Chalamet. What's the
Timothy Chalamet?
No, who's the guy that plays It?
Skarsgård. Bill.
The new one. Yeah. I think he was the one that was in the movie.
Okay.
And they made it seem like he was going to be the guy that was the have you seen the movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. So you know how it kind of makes him seem like he's going to be the bad guy?
Yeah.
You know, it makes it real weird.
But in Barbarian, they kind of make you believe a lot of people could be the bad guy.
Yeah. Well, him especially.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then you're like, oh, okay. And then it brings it up to this this other guy like years ago that owns the house. And he's down there just rotting away.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the thing was. I didn't pay attention after I was like, wow, that's really who the scary thing is.
Yeah.
I didn't know who the girl was, but I was like, well, this movie sucks.
Okay.
I lost attention.
So you just kind of checked out.
Yeah. So.
All right.
And Vivarium.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Vivarium was a horrible movie as well.
Yeah, that's one I haven't even seen. And I remember you told me about it, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm not. No.
So, Vivarium is another.
I'm very choosy when it comes to horror movies.
Thriller, maybe?
Is it a thriller? Is it a thriller? Is it a drama? Is it a horror? Is it action?
It's like a mind.
It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah, but it doesn't even thrill you.
It's a psychological bore.
Yes. So
the worst genre.
the psychological bore that it was. They literally, it's these two people who are in love. It's a couple. They're like, we need to save up for a house. And this lady's like, you need to go here because the houses are going to go up even more and blah, blah, blah. Well, then they get to this office and this weird guy was like, hello. Hi. I can show you the world.
Nice.
Of pure imagination.
A warehouse full of OSHA violations.
Yes. Oh, it definitely was. And then they get this kid in the middle of the movie. Spoiler alert, I guess.
No one should see this movie anyway.
Dude, it was so awful. The kid screams, and they're like, until he gets his milk poured all the way into his cereal, he's screaming. This high-pitched scream. And I remember Jesse Eisenberg ends up getting
milk.
He ends up getting up at this one part of the movie, and I'm like, oh, he's going to smack the shit out of him. He's going to smack the shit out of him. He picks up the bowl, throws it against the wall. I'm like, beat that little kid's ass. He picks him up and puts him in the car and locks him in. I'm like,
nice.
I guess. Okay, cool. But I would have.
Now, the fact that you told me Jesse Eisenberg is in this movie.
Yeah.
From what you tell me about this film, he should not have been. This might be like a bit of a shit stain on his career, would you say?
Dude, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, both Zombieland movies were way better than this. What's another movie he was in?
He was in the Justice League movie, the one where he was
Batman
Lex
Batman
Luthor.
versus Superman.
Yeah, like I said, Lex
Way,
Luthor.
Way better.
And he was also in The Social Network.
Didn't understand half of it, but it was way better.
He was basically Mark Zuckerberg.
It was way better.
Yeah, and he was also in.
Keep feeding me movies. Yes.
Yeah, there's this one I'm thinking about. Why can't?
It was way better.
See me now. You see me.
Both of them way better.
Yeah. Also had Woody Harrelson, just like Zombieland.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time on Vivarium. Don't waste your time on Vivarium or Barbarian. Okay, interesting.
They both started out great and just shit the bed about halfway through. I was like, all right, we're checked out.
When it comes to thrillers or horror movies, if I see a kid, that is almost immediately a red flag.
Yeah.
Like, anytime a kid is in it, I'm almost like, yeah, this is going to be bad.
What about, like, The Omen? Isn't that the one? Damien, I'm doing this for you.
Yeah, it's...
Or Orphan?
It's mainly when kids are side characters.
Oh, okay.
Main characters that can kind of pull it off. And there's a lot of attention in that role because then they make sure that they cast a good kid actor.
Oh, for sure.
When it comes to secondary characters or side characters or background characters, it's almost always terrible. Almost always.
Yeah.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
And especially in horror movies, they always don't hurt the kid. The kid always makes it out scot-free. And I'm like, this is a horror film. Anybody can get it. If you're going to put a kid in, have the balls to hurt the kid.
Yeah.
If you're not going to kill the kid, hurt the kid.
Yeah.
Everybody's walking out, they're bloody, got scars all over the faces, missing limbs. This kid's just like they just woke out of bed in the morning. I'm like,
they did it right with it.
The child. Well, in that case, that's the point.
They bit the kid's arm off, so I was fine with that.
Well, they got a bit of a that's a little different because kids are supposed to get hurt in it, like supposed to, like that's the main prey of Pennywise. When it comes to a horror movie where the kids aren't the main characters or in their other stuff, they don't do anything. They never hurt them.
I would have taken the kid in Vivarium getting smacked literally as hard as somebody could. Like as hard as I physically could smack a kid, I wish somebody would have hit that kid in the movie.
But you know why that is? You know why you feel that way, don't you?
Because it's how you're supposed to feel about the
No,
kid.
because the kid's annoying.
Oh, very.
So take the kid out. Either take the kid out or the kid gets it like everybody else.
And that's the thing is, so the whole thing behind it was they were supposed to raise this kid, which it seemed like, I think they said between when he was dropped off in a box on the street as a baby when they found him.
It was a little baby boy.
It was just a little baby in a box, probably like 5 months old. And then they end up marking day 98, and this kid's like 7 or 8, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then the kid, it's all about the kid, and then this next part, he's a fucking adult, and I'm like, he's like 25. I'm like, dude, what happened? Have they been there that long? No, they just look like shit. They look like I haven't slept, and I don't know. I just.
Skippable.
Both movies could have been better.
Okay.
And they weren't. And not to mention, Justin Long was in Barbarian.
Yeah, he was.
And was a literal piece of shit in that movie.
I'm starting to second guess his I mean, he was all right as an actor, but I'm starting to second guess his roles.
I'm just saying he's in the movie he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why you're going to be a guy that goes after a monster and then gets his eyes sucked out and ends up getting his face cut off.
Yeah.
And then in another movie, you're basically a rapist who, or a sexual assaultist or T or whatever it is, that ends up, does he die in that movie?
I can't remember.
I don't know. That's how much I cared. I didn't care. So it was awful.
Yeah.
So that's my rant.
And in one film, he was in Tusk.
We just won't even talk about that.
We don't talk about
I won't
Tusk.
watch it.
Don't.
I won't.
Please don't.
The only one that really has my interest in horror movies is that
Say it.
What's the one where he like goes up and kills the goat because there's
the goat?
Oh man, I've talked to you about this before. No. It's like there's evil spreading throughout the village and they end up starting to kill all these people because of it. something about there's like a goat in there, and I don't remember it looked decent.
You sure you're not talking about The Witch?
It was that Argentinian film thing. Remember
Oh,
talking about Argentinian film?
Yeah. I forgot the name of that movie.
Shit.
The Argentinian.
Those damn Argentinians.
Yeah, can't remember the name, but yeah, we talked about the Argentinian.
Even the movie The Platform
called
was better than
Argentina.
these movies.
Yeah.
That was at least interesting. It had a cool concept behind it. These movies sucked.
I'll tell you one thing, though. I think this year and next year are going to be really good times for horror films. I think that's what we're looking at.
Hopefully films in general.
I think so.
I really hope so.
Yeah,
because
things are looking up.
Like I've said, I'm really, really looking forward to that Civil War movie.
Yeah.
And then there was a couple other ones I talked
Then
about.
we talked about like the BMX game.
Oh, the BMX game.
Yeah.
PS5s are only $3.99 right now.
Yeah, it is. You want to go get it?
Walmart, yeah.
Yeah, go get it.
You know what Kayla told me?
What'd she tell you?
Wait till you get a bonus. You fucking bitch.
Something might allegedly happen to her on the
Listen.
in between now and then.
If she falls down the stairs that do not exist at my house at all,
So you say.
allegedly they don't exist, and allegedly she got pushed down. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen. So.
Right. But let's talk about something morbid. You ready?
Morbid.
Let's talk about this Francis Scott Key Bridge situation that absolutely, utterly collapsed after that boat hit it.
Honestly, I woke up that morning, and I looked at it, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like the boat. I watched this thing about it. It was the boat shuts down, like loses power, and then you see black smoke, and it comes back, and it kind of time lapsed it, and it was like dead.
Yeah.
Alive. Dead.
Yeah.
Alive. And then it moves over to the side, and you're like, what's it doing? Like, where's it going?
Yeah.
Like somebody was steering it, and then it moved in front of the middle of that bridge, and you're like, what the hell? Then it dies again. And it lost power. And then out of nowhere, it comes back on, just full steam ahead into that bridge.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen a couple videos that people have sent me. They're like, oh, have you seen this? I'm like, no. He's a guy I work with, Matt. And he was like, talk about this on your podcast, because I told him I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that there was a TikTok. He sent me a TikTok that said that there was an explosion in the middle of the bridge or something like that. I didn't see it because it was still time lapsed, and it was like
An explosion in the middle of the bridge.
Yeah, like the bridge, or was it the bridge or on the boat? Something like that.
It must have been on the boat because there was no explosion on the
like
on
it
the
was
bridge.
like a boom, like real minor, but did catastrophic damage. So I'm like, okay, so but you're telling me that this was planned. And then, dude, you should see all the Reddit comments behind it.
Oh, yeah, there's so much conspiracy
9/11
theories.
conspiracies.
People are going fucking nuts. My whole thing is 6 people died, which is extremely unfortunate.
Yeah. I was gonna say shout out to those people, but
yeah, that's it. It sucks.
It does. And our condolences to them.
Absolutely. My whole thing is, I'm gonna take it back, but the whole thing about it being planned sounds really stupid because it's
right.
It's a bridge that a lot of people use. This screwed up a lot of people's lives.
Where was this?
Baltimore. This screwed up a lot of people's commute. That's the main bridge that they would use.
Maryland?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an important bridge for a lot of people to traverse. But if this was planned, why? Why would they go for this bridge? There's no significance to this bridge whatsoever.
Why in Baltimore?
Yeah, that's dumb to say that it's planned.
Why not do one of the bridges?
Why do a bridge at all? Why not do Golden Gate? Like you could do so many other bridges. So to say that it's planned to me is really dumb. I think the distrust of the government has made people think that the government would just do any little thing, which, if the government's behind anything, it's not going to be little. It's not going to be this stupid minor little, like they're gonna do something ridiculous. It's not going to be just a bridge.
COVID.
Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms. Like go to work and then bring that up and see how many. See how many interesting conversations you get into. But to take it back to what I was thinking about, I kind of want to know what happened. And there's a lot of there's stuff coming out little by little. I want to know exactly what happened on the ship. Because we could talk about the bridge and how piss poor the infrastructure is of the bridge because it shouldn't collapse like that. But I really want to know what happened on that ship to even have that happen.
So one thing I had read was that this bridge, they said this bridge could take 10 years to rebuild.
Yeah.
Because of how badly it was built back in like 1970 something.
Yeah. And it just like it was like, like paper. And like it just felt like nothing.
And it only took them, oh man, how many years did it say it took them? Maybe 7?
Mm-hmm. To build it initially?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're saying it's going to take 10 years at least.
I would say so, yeah.
And I think the boat is still there.
The ship?
Like right now.
Yeah, currently.
That ship is sitting right there still.
Yeah. Well, think about this. Think about how it kind of puts into perspective how large the ship is, because if you were to look at the wreckage afterwards and you saw like the slip of road compared to the size of the ship, it's like, holy crap. Like this is a massive shipping container.
That
like this
ship was huge.
Yeah. It's insane how big it is. And it makes sense because of what it's carrying. So it makes you kind of put in perspective about, this is going to take a while, because you also have to think about cleanup. Like there are vehicles and debris and concrete in that water now. Like it's going to be hard to rebuild if you do rebuild. So 10 years sounds reasonable.
Oh, for sure. But
yeah.
I mean, the pure fact that it's going to take longer now. Like, I get cleanup, I get planning and all that. Yeah, that's fine. But, I mean, damn, 10 years to...
I think so, yeah.
To
because of
that
cleanup.
With
the technology.
With the technology we have today.
We have the technology to build it faster.
Oh, for sure.
But the thing is, they're not building on a clear area like they were.
I also think, this is just me personally, I also think because of the area it's in, I don't think they're going to care as much.
Probably not.
Because I mean, Baltimore is a very bad place.
It's
it's pretty bad, and
they got dealt a pretty shit hand.
We'll say the past 10 years, Baltimore has been dealt a very shitty.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think
all the stuff that has happened there.
Yeah, so they're definitely with everything going on right now, I don't see this. I see 10 years if they started now.
Oh yeah.
I think.
And like I said, think about how long it's going to take to actually clean everything up. Start from scratch. I mean,
yeah, that's why I think 10 years sounds right, because they have to, because they're not going to get all of it, obviously. But to even get most of it, the manpower and the resources that you're going to need is going to be intense.
Like the circus. Intense. I'm sorry. I love dad jokes. Your face after you finally figured that out, you were like, "Fucking really, Kyle?
So
seriously?
stupid.
At a time like this, really? Break up the monotony, people."
All right. Oh God. But yeah, I think
start yelling at people, telling them, "Wake up! It's a conspiracy.
The birds aren't real.
The birds aren't real."
But,
have you ever seen a baby pigeon? What about a crow?
I've seen a little crow.
Squirrels aren't real.
Squirrels are definitely CIA ops.
They are. We talked about this.
Yeah,
I think they are.
But I'm super interested in what comes out about that boat, and like what possibly led to it hitting the bridge in the first place.
Now, here's something I have noticed also as well. I've been looking for it and I haven't seen anything yet, but it's not to say there isn't anything out there.
Yeah.
Because there's also like 20-something seasons of the show.
What is it, like absence of evidence is not evidence of absence?
Listen, I am waiting for The Simpsons to have an episode about this.
About the boat?
About the boat hitting the bridge.
Usually it comes out like the next day.
I'm waiting for it.
So I haven't seen anything about it.
I will give it
yet.
2 weeks.
Okay. Because usually this is like immediate.
Exactly.
Like when something happens like this, the Simpsons like already have like a video.
I mean, they talked about the submarine.
Yeah.
They've talked about COVID. They've talked about Trump.
But those all came out pretty quick, didn't they?
Exactly.
So this one, I don't think they have an episode on this one. This is not on the bingo card.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm waiting for it.
Okay. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, this was episode like 2002
you're like,
season." This
damn
like
it.
what they really had that episode. Yeah, so I guess there remains to be seen.
I'm just waiting for it, man. I really am.
Yeah.
Because it's very interesting to see all that stuff has been linked to The Simpsons. It's almost like The Simpsons are controlling the world.
Oh,
Matt Groening or what?
Groening.
Groening.
Yeah.
Matt Groening's really big brother.
Where does that son of a bitch live?
I don't know, but good for him. He gets to control the world.
I'm gonna find you, Matt Groening, and when you do, you better hope that I'm in a good mood.
Ooh.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Kyle.
I may have an answer for you, Derek.
I am going to play this video out fully.
Okay.
Because I think the video is interesting, but I want you to keep the question itself in mind. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Do you want to tell
What's
me
something that movies get?
I was going to say, you want to tell me the question first?
I'll let you hear it.
Okay. What's something that movies get wrong that drives you crazy, but other people don't care about at all?
So I want you to keep that.
That's the one you asked me before we started this.
Yes.
I still don't get it.
I want you to keep that one in mind.
Especially your answer.
Yes.
I don't get it.
Okay, but I want to play this video out fully because I think it's really cool.
Okay.
As someone who regularly dresses up like a knight, I have some thoughts on how historical films handle that. So, first of all, if someone is wearing full plate, including the leg harness and the sabatons, they're supposed to be mounted cavalry. The average foot soldier is not going to be able to afford that, and also they're going to be way too impeded by that leg armor to be efficacious on the field. If they are going to armor their legs, they're probably only going to do whichever leg is forward-facing in their stance. You see that really commonly in depictions of lanch-necked mercenaries. Also, the medieval battlefield was way more colorful than people give it credit for. Coat of arms and all the different colors and the heraldry and the symbols, that was so you could tell who was on your team in the battlefield. If everyone's in brown and gray, you don't know who you're mowing down. And third, if a knight is fighting another knight, a sword isn't going to do it. They're going to be using a mace, a great hammer, something blunt, or something with a spike that they can use to punch through that metal. If a knight has a sword, chances are they're probably cutting down peasants. Although I will say, I personally like to use a sword in my kit because I think that they're cool.
What's something that?
So, I thought that was really cool. This person like LARPs a lot as a knight, and I thought that was really cool. But that question.
Can I give a little shout out first?
Give a shout out.
I have a mace.
Yeah, you do.
Type of mace.
Yeah.
On my arm.
Yeah, you
also
do.
known as a flail.
Absolutely.
For my son.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out mace. Anyways, I think I have one.
Okay.
I love watching movies with guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I have two, actually, now that I'm thinking about this. And I'll do the easier one first.
Okay.
Forget the guns.
All right.
Fast and Furious.
Okay.
I love cars.
Yeah.
There's a scene in... Oh, my God. There's so many of them now.
Yeah, they're going to start. I knew that was going to happen because there's so many bad ones.
What's the fourth one?
The Fear... No. I think it's Fast and Furious, isn't it? It's just Fast and Furious.
Okay, because it's the Fast and Furious, Too Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and then Fast and Furious.
I think it's just Fast and Furious. Yeah.
So, in the end of that movie, there's a scene where they're shooting out the tunnel, getting through the other side of the tunnel from Mexico to the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's driving a Subaru Impreza, like a WRX wagon, and this other guy comes up behind him and hits his car and makes it roll. And then the car, it finally stops rolling, and they start off right there where it stops rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just flipped it by hand.
Yeah.
And underneath, there's no exhaust, no drive line. The whole underside, the suspension looks stock. The whole underside of this. And you're telling me that the whole time he was driving that, there was no drive line, no exhaust at all on it. The suspension looks like rust on this really nice looking Subaru Impreza.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? At least color it, paint it.
Yeah.
So there's one.
Okay.
My next one is movies and shows that have to do with guns.
Yeah.
So say like
there's a lot of issues with those.
SWAT guns, whatever. They are putting attachments on guns that you're not supposed to stack them. So you know how they have that. The rails on top. They have a scope.
I hate that. I hate that.
And then there's something in
And
front
it's
of
right
the
in front of the scope
that's blocking your vision.
Oh, and now I really got one after you're done.
And then there's also ones where they have the like army knee pads. Like you can take the knee pad off.
Yeah.
They have army knee pads like on the guy's shoulders.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. It's like if you're going to use the equipment, change it up somehow or use it right, please.
Yeah.
This shit is annoying.
Yeah.
Because
it's
I'm
like
the guy in the
stupid
theater.
stuff like that.
I'm the guy in the theater that's like, hey, that guy's using fake shit over there.
Exactly.
And they're like, shut up. Shut up over there. Like, no, you shut up. You're still under Big Brother's thumb. Look at that.
Yeah.
And it's wrong.
You sheeple.
You sheeple. Or like, oh, dude. Or like, they're like, I've seen ones where it's, this guy's, he's got us pinned down. It's a sniper. And the cap, there's still a cap on the front of the sniper's scope.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, how's he shooting you guys? He can't even fucking see you.
That's a really stupid oversight. That's just bad.
I think that one was like some B-rated movie. I can't remember what it was, but
yeah, somebody just completely forgot to uncover
like,
it.
the budget was like $1,000, and they were like, "Yeah, sure, let's make it."
And the actor didn't notice that I can't see anything.
I've got him in my sights, Captain.
No, you don't.
It's like, really? Do you?
I have two.
Okay.
The second one isn't as good as it's not something that you think about, but that's kind of the point. Now, the first one though, this is related to guns. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. When they put a silencer, they call it a silencer,
yes.
on the tip of the gun. That's not what it is.
It's not.
It's a flash suppressor.
It's a suppressor, exactly.
People think that there is something that you can buy to put on the edge of the gun that's just going to make it go toot, toot, toot. That's not a thing. No. Guns are loud. There is a literal explosion that is happening inside of that. There's mechanical parts, there's metal, there's a literal explosion happening inside of a gun. It doesn't silence a gun. Guns are loud. They just are. That's called a flash suppressor. So somebody doesn't know where the shot's coming from. I don't know who started this or who did where this comes from, but whoever made up the fact that there is a silencer on the edge of a gun, you're an asshole. that doesn't exist.
Yeah, and it just goes.
Yeah, they have like this big ass fucking machine guns go. I'm like, what the fuck?
And they're just standing there going, "Oh wow, look at the scar."
Yeah,
wow.
like no, that gun's gonna be loud as fuck because it's a gun.
Yes. Now here you say that, and I have to share this. This Nico Ortiz he's hilarious. Mm-hmm. He's a veteran who talks about like all the branches and stuff like that, and like all the shit that goes on between them. He's got characters he made.
Yeah.
Where like one's the fancy Air Force guy, and then the Army guy that's always like, fuck you, fuck blah blah blah, you know, and then the Marine who's like rah. Rah rah rah. And he's carrying his crayon and stuff. He has a video about it's called Suppressies, Civilians versus Veterans.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh.
I have my.
Oh no, not the mute.
I had my mute down.
Not the dreaded mute.
Okay, here we go.
Turn it up a little more. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, that is so quiet. This new suppressor's about to fuck, dude. Ow! Did this just make freaking noise? Okay. I bet this is gonna work perfectly.
Does that prove your point?
It does. And
just make noise.
And what also kind of proves my point too is that but that's what people are thinking.
Yes,
they're thinking that it's literally just going to go toot, toot, toot. No, like no. Do you know what happens inside of a gun? Explosions. And then my second point. This is the one that you couldn't really understand, but it's something that bugs me. That's why it's a minor gripe.
I don't understand it at all.
But that's why there's a minor gripe, okay? I'm going to go into detail about this because this does annoy me.
Okay.
Anytime you watch a movie or a TV show and they have let's say it's a coffee cup out of a coffee shop, all right? Or just a cup in general. I can tell, and a lot of people can tell, even if you don't say it, I know it's like in the back of people's mind, there's nothing in that cup.
Wait a minute.
There's
hold on,
nothing
hold on,
in that
hold
cup.
on. Are you talking about cups that people are holding,
Yeah, like coffee cups.
or cups that are just sitting, like that cup up there that is?
Oh, well,
sitting on your
yeah,
counter?
you want to know something. Yeah,
You're talking about ones that people are getting.
Yeah, I'm talking about that people are holding.
Okay, hold.
I'm not talking about just normal cups
Okay,
just chilling.
all right. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I'm like, there's a random cup, and you're just looking at it like that ain't got shit in it. right
No,
there.
no. Yeah, in that
Okay.
case, I wouldn't know.
You're talking about people pouring themselves actual liquids in there, or putting
Or
actual
getting
liquids,
or getting a
Yes.
cup. Like we don't see the liquid pour because there's nothing in
Yes.
it. So like, let's say
beer bottles.
Yeah, or
I've
like
seen that.
Yes, or like let's say you see somebody go in a medieval tavern, right?
Yes.
I was watching The Witcher earlier. And I saw
Okay.
this. They have their mugs brought to them.
Yes.
And then he picks it up and drinks. I'm like, there's nothing in there. And you can tell there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there, one, because there's nothing on their lips after they drink.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that people carry things that have liquid in them, they carry it a certain way.
You carry it very carefully.
Or you at least have like a bit of a movement to make sure that
Yes.
it doesn't spill.
Yes.
Because when it comes to hot coffee cups, you do carry it a little bit more daintily. You don't just like flail your arms around. And when you have like a big chalice, you flail. And when you have a big like chalice mug
Yes.
that you're drinking out of, it's not just really quick. You just drink out of it and just put it down. Like, no, you're gonna use
be
it like there's
somewhat
liquid in
careful.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
and I just don't understand why these productions just don't put something in it. It doesn't have to be the beer. It doesn't have to be the
That
alcohol.
makes-
It doesn't have to be the coffee. Put something in the cup.
That makes
you can
more
tell.
sense than what you said earlier. That makes
Oh,
a
because I
lot
didn't
more
because I didn't go into detail.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I just you can tell, especially like when people are walking. There's a certain way that, and when they talk,
Yes.
how they kind of just
Like if they get a coffee or something.
yeah,
from
and
the,
they just wave their arms around. I'm like, there's nothing in that cup.
Nope.
Because if you were to put even water in the cup, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I can tell that cup is actually empty. And it's really annoying.
coffee shops.
Yeah.
Coffee shops in movies and stuff do that.
Yeah.
Because they always have a lid. They always come with a lid.
Exactly.
You don't see them put the lid on either.
Yeah.
And so they're like, "Oh yeah, I got my
And
coffee,
they give
thanks."
and they like
it's-
slide it
and
to
it's-
them.
And it's like this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
coffee.
The way they handle a hot drink,
Yeah,
you
no.
don't handle it like that.
No.
You at least like take kind of sips. You kind of like scrunch up a little bit. Your shoulders go up. And you go, hot.
You don't just. Oh, okay. There's a drink.
Exactly. When it's an
there's no
open
drink.
top, they kind of have to put something in it, unless it's like a deep mug, like medieval bar beer cups or whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
Chalice.
yeah. And in little coffee shops with the open
mugs.
top, you can see that there's something in it, and they're actually drinking it. Great.
Uh-huh.
But put something in the cups. It's I know it's a small thing, but that's the point of the video. It's
Yeah.
a really small thing that just really gets on my nerves, and it's like I know there's nothing in that cup, and it's really annoying me. I hate that. But to a degree, I get it because time is money on a film set,
True.
and you don't know how many takes you're going to take, so you don't want to
Very
keep
true.
filling up the cup, and then but still,
but-
it's like a little minor thing. Again, but you could just put water in it.
Exactly. That's what I was just gonna say.
If the actor has to go to take a piss, then they have to go take a piss. It's not a big deal. Put water in the container. Put something in the container to where if it's an open cup, I at least see some wetness on the lip. Yeah. And if it's a coffee cup with a
Especially-
lid, I at least see them, try to like
Yeah.
sip it. They make
Or-
a sipping sound.
Yeah,
a sipping sound. Give me
yeah.
a sipping sound.
Instead
There's
of-
no sipping sound.
That's literally the.
Or it's just this. It's there's no sound. That was an accident. They don't make that sound. But it's just they just put it up there and they just drink it. Like that's not how life works.
No.
Make me believe that there's something in that mug, and you can start by putting something in it.
Even if when people like you
Put
take
Kool-Aid
a drink,
in it. I don't care. Kool-Aid.
Oh, man. Stop it. Watch out because what's his name will spike your Kool-Aid.
I know.
Yeah, no, even like when people take drinks, like say like an open container,
Yeah.
and they like say they have, that's what I'm saying. Say they have something like a mustache or something.
Yeah.
And they, oh, okay, let me wipe my lip. Okay.
Yeah. They wipe
Like,
it.
Oh,
Exactly.
nothing. I get what you mean now.
Yeah. At least give me like a little tongue action where they kind of like lick the top of their mustache to get the stuff off, or like do like you said, like a little wipe.
Yeah,
Cool.
something easy.
Something, yeah, because an actor is going to act with what you give them. So if you give them nothing in the cup and you don't tell them to react to that, then they're not going to.
No, not
and
at all.
now immersion broken. Your movie sucks now. F tier.
F tier.
F tier. It sucks. I
I
clap for it. I don't know what to do.
We need more buttons.
That
Hey, welcome back.
way. Welcome to another episode. It's just
We interrupt this broadcast.
exactly, but yeah, that's just really annoying.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I
You
don't
know
like
what
it.
else is annoying?
Tell me what's annoying.
People stealing things.
Ooh,
Yeah. Especially when they steal my bobbleheads. You laughed at this.
No, yeah, because it sounds really interesting, but I'm ready for it. I want you to go into detail because this sounds hilarious.
So pick a number. Pick a number. You already know the number, but pick a number. What would you think? Bobbleheads got stolen. How many would you think got stolen before
I'd
knowing the
say
story?
30.
Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, what would you think they'd get in a night at a regular game? Maybe 1,000 to give away, something like that?
Oh, to give away? Yeah,
give
probably.
away
Yeah, probably like
1,000?
right now.
Let's try 27,000. 27,000 Pittsburgh Penguin bobbleheads.
Of all things.
And I can't even pronounce the guy's name. It's some legend who won 2 Stanley Cups with him. Jaromir Jagr?
Oh yeah,
Jaromir Jagr.
great guy. Never met him.
Yeah. Apparently, he was a big deal in the 80s to 90s. Played 11 seasons in Pittsburgh and lifted the Stanley Cup in 91 and 92.
Oh man, we were
just born.
Yeah, we were just born, and I was 1 year old, 92.
in his 24th season NHL career, this man played for 24 years.
Wow, that's a
He scored
hell of a long time.
766 goals, 439 of them while donning a Penn sweater.
Which is wild too, because
Playing for them.
that kind of puts in perspective. I mean, I know this is like a side note, but that puts in perspective how good Gretzky was.
Oh, dude, insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
because I hear more about Gretzky than I ever have about this guy.
So apparently what happened was this was on March 14th. It was written, and it said, the Pittsburgh Penguins canceled their promotional giveaway of Jaromir Jagr bobbleheads Thursday after someone skated away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Skated away with the highly prized souvenirs.
Mm-hmm.
Fans had been set to receive bobbleheads at the Pens game against San Jose Sharks at the PPG Paints Arena, which the San Jose Sharks, I don't know if you know anything about them in the past few years. They were okay, in from 2010 on.
Okay.
They suck ass right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they were going to give these out, and it says, but the plans had to be put on ice as local and federal authorities investigated a shipment carrying the bobbleheads had been stolen after its arrival in California. They came out and said, we were shocked to be a victim of cargo theft. And we are working closely with local and federal authorities on the investigation, this and that, blah, 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 right? So, let me go back. Let me find it. Where's it at? I found out that, where is it at? The bobbleheads were found. So what they ended up doing for these people was they gave them a voucher for ones when they got more, right? So they ended up finding these, and the guys were holding these hostage. They didn't know what they had in the box.
Oh wow, that's funny.
And the box was never opened.
That's even better. They were holding hostage and they didn't even know what it was.
They supposedly the story behind it was something like they called the port commissioner or something like that and was like, hey, listen, no, not the port commissioner. I'm sorry. The NHL, no, because they did open them. I'm sorry. Did they open them? Fuck, I don't remember the exact story. I think they did.
Well, if they called the NFL people, then
No.
or NHL people, then they must have known.
The label was on the box. That's what it was.
Okay.
So the label was on the box, and they called and said, listen, we have your product. We want money for it.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, what do you have? And they're like, I can't remember the word that they used. They were telling me about it on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But basically they were like, oh, don't you want to know your highly sought after items? And they were like, well, what game are you playing with us?
Yeah.
So somehow, I don't know how they found him exactly, but they were found. The guys are going to jail.
Of course.
And the guy, what they say, the guys on the radio were like, "Yeah, those damn dirty pirates. They stole the stuff." And he said, "Yeah, the bad part is when they got the box back, the box was never touched, unopened." And I'm like, you know what would have been great is if they would have opened the box in front of those guys and they would have been like, "What the fuck, really? 27,000 bobbleheads? Are you kidding me?"
That's phenomenal. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Kyle. I'm gonna give off a little pirate secret. All right. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give a little pirate secret.
What about the booty?
Real G's move silent like lasagna.
Oh, tell me about it, Lil Wayne.
See, here's what you do.
I don't know where I saw that.
Here's what you do.
That's smooth.
You take a good batch of something, right? You might not even know what it is. If it's branded, it's probably worth something. You take a good chunk of it, however much you can carry.
Yeah.
You take that and then you leave. You don't contact anybody. You don't tell anybody of your ill-gotten booty. You take your booty, you leave, you hit land, and as soon as you hit land, you sell it. You start selling it. You sell it slow, and you sell it deliberately. You sell it to anybody who's willing to buy. You have an NHL merchandise product. You know how many people want an NHL merchandise product? People who like NHL merchandise product. And you can sell that to them. You can give it a deal. You can say, "Hey, I got a bundle of this much for this much." You can say, you buy these, you get 2 free. You can do so many things because now you have free ill-gotten booty. So you can do with your ill-gotten booty however you want to do with, and with ever you want to do with, and however you want to do it, and whoever you want to do it with. That's how you do it. That's the little pirate secret. You don't leave a paper trail. You don't leave a point of contact. You don't give people your name. You don't give people your location, and you don't give people an ultimatum because that means you can be bought. You don't want to be bought. You want to sell so you can receive on your ill-gotten booty.
Okay, so I'm reading this. Apparently, they were making fun of it with saying that the boxes weren't open.
Because they're idiots.
So now it's come out that they actually listed them on eBay.
Okay.
So what I heard
All of
was, yes.
Oh, you idiots.
Yeah. I don't know if it was 27,000 of them or just one, but they said it was a handful.
Oh, how many?
Hold on. So
was that how much worth?
Listing it on eBay, the guy listing it on eBay is going to prison. At most, the police came and seized his handful of bobbleheads.
And what, like, right at there? Wait, now
and it looks like it says that he ratted them out.
Oh.
And at most having they had the stash seized.
That's no real pirate.
So
these guys are absolute amateurs.
So, it sounds like a bunch of people on crack, but
no, they were sober. That's a problem.
People on crack have better ideas. No, so it sounds like from what I'm reading now, which I should have done my research a little better, is that these guys listed them on eBay instead of what I heard on the radio.
Yeah, you don't. Here's the problem. I'll go back to tricks of the trade. You start slow.
Yeah.
You don't go on eBay immediately. You start slow with just product on hand.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
You list them. You tell people you got them.
Hey, I've got one.
Yeah. Things like that. You start slow. Now, as your product continues to go down in however much you have, your stock, then you start going to online means. Then you start going to Amazon. You go to your eBay, all that type of stuff. You don't start online first. Mm-hmm. You start on the ground first.
Which my thing is why? So what I would have done was been like, hey, I've got a Jair Yeager or whatever his name is. Some guy that was good for 24 seasons.
Make sure you know how to pronounce his name before you try to sell it.
Oh yeah, Ferrer.
I got Patrick Mahomes, NHL.
Yeah. got Pele's Pittsburgh Penguins
Yeah.
bobblehead. I've noticed that they're gone missing. What is somebody gonna give me for one that I have?
Yeah. Also, you wait. You wait till the scent's gone cold. These guys started immediately. Absolute idiots. Amateurs. These aren't real pirates. These people don't know what they're doing.
27,000 of them.
27. With that many, you should be smarter.
So
if you had like 10, I'd be like, okay, I guess I kind of understand.
learn from your mistakes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, and they're going to be learning for a while, I assume, in the Slammer.
In the Slammer. You know who else is going to go to the Slammer soon?
Sean Combs.
If they find him.
Yeah, apparently he's on the run, eh?
I guess they said something about his plane went out of the U.S. somewhere. I don't know where he's gone, but
I don't believe they can't find this guy. I have a very hard time believing they can't find him.
listen,
You're Sean Combs.
there's people that can't find Waldo still.
He doesn't move.
What if Diddy's just in,
Yeah, he's just
just sitting there?
yeah, he just stays. He's actually under our nose. He's been there the whole time.
He's sitting in front of the FBI right now, in front of their building, just sitting there with a hood on,
Maybe.
or in plain sight.
Yeah,
With nothing
that's
on.
what that's what
with
I
a
think.
sign that says "I am Sean Combs."
I think so. I think he's actually he's pulling the Keanu Reeves. You know how Keanu Reeves doesn't get noticed in public?
Yeah.
He just stays in public.
Yeah.
Like people, he rides the train.
Yeah.
He'll go to coffee shops, and people don't approach him because they were like, okay, well, Keanu Reeves wouldn't just be sitting on the train.
Exactly.
But it's actually Keanu Reeves
It's,
just sitting on the train.
Reverse psychology in a
Yeah.
way.
So I think that's what's happened. I think P. Diddy's just like among us. He's just like a cashier at HEB.
But
And
what
people are
is-
like, no,
oh
that's
my
definitely
God.
that's not P. Diddy.
Like, man, everybody ever tell you look like P. Diddy? He's like, shut the fuck up.
No, he goes all the time. People say it all the time. Yeah, I get that a lot. I just have one of those faces.
Just got one of those faces.
Yeah, he doesn't go shut the fuck up. That rat him out.
Well, that's true.
He
That's
goes,
true.
no, I hear that a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he come out with an accent?
No, he just uses his.
Just who he is?
Well, he might change it up a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, because with the voice will be probably a dead giveaway. You know, Sean John. But like
Sean John. What
But-
did he do? I still don't know the story.
Oh, I thought you meant like his career. I was like, what?
What did he do during his career?
That's why I
No,
gave you that
no.
face. I was like, huh?
No, what did he do? I
But-
guess it was something with this girl, with an underage girl or something. Like
Yeah, there's sexual assault allegations, there's rape allegations, there's pedophilia allegations. Like he's apparently there's like a little bit of like a ring, I guess. And he's got like other people who might be involved. So there's a few things. Oh, Cassie. Do you remember who Cassie is?
that?
She was like an R&B.
Waiting so long, I've been to answer your call.
I think that's the same person.
No,
I think it's
that I
Cassie.
shouldn't have money in it at all.
You know, she was on his label.
Me and you, that song.
Yeah. She was on what label is he? It's P. Diddy. Bad Boy.
Oh, Bad Boy Records.
He
That's right.
she was on his label, and she had just a horrible time in the industry. It's one of the reasons she left. She
Really?
kind of lost her shit, and she got out of the industry, and she tried to get herself together. She kind of had like a little bit of a Britney Spears meltdown, right? So a lot of information that the authorities have gotten apparently is from Cassie. She's got like
Really?
receipts and proof. She's trying to like, yeah, she's like exposing a lot of his shit. And then you have other victims of his who are also coming out and exposing a lot of the bullshit he was doing. So, here's the thing that kind of fucks me up about rich people. I feel
They have
like
money and you don't.
no, not just that. I feel like if I did this and I was on the run, I would be stopped before I even got to the airport. And I'm sure he has a private jet, but like, there's nowhere I could go as a normal person to where I couldn't be found. And I feel like this is a really weird situation of like, I don't know if they're trying hard enough, because if they really wanted to get him, they would have him.
Oh, very true.
There's eyes everywhere. There's resources everywhere. There's nowhere you couldn't go. I don't think they're trying hard enough, for one. And second of all, if he gets caught, dude, it's over. he's gonna be in prison probably forever.
Question. This is what I've been trying to look up while you've been talking. Was he on the Epstein flight logs?
I think so, but like 1,000 people were. You think they're going one by one? That's gonna take a while.
Since they know now, people are like, "Look, he's on the list."
P.Diddy didn't kill himself.
P.Diddy shot Biggie. Okay. You know what? I do. There's part of me, because I heard that the other day, also on the radio. People think that when this came out and this whole thing happened, they were talking about how it's a possibility that Diddy shot or set up Biggie as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it wasn't an East Coast, West Coast rivalry. It was a money thing.
Oh, yeah, because the rivalry was already squashed by then.
Mm-hmm.
So most people know that it was probably, something to do with it in some way or fashion, shape, or form or stuff, whatever.
So the wheels are turning.
Oh, how the tables, how the turntables, how the turntables, as they said on The Office.
Wonder if we can find out if he shot Tupac too.
Apparently, they still haven't found that guy. I don't know.
I think it was Diddy.
Maybe.
I think Diddy shot Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah. They're proving it's very easy to get away with murder.
That's very true, especially for this long.
Yeah.
20-something years. I mean, Jesus.
I could go shoot somebody right now and I'll be fine.
They won't catch you for 30 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Which is something, another side note, like apparently like if you watch shows like NCIS and like all those type of shows, the technology that they use isn't always actually what they actually use.
Oh, like the way they used to show CSI.
Yeah, like fingerprints and hair.
They used to look at, like, it would zoom in real close and they'd be like, "Oh, look at this little strand of hair," and you're like, "Motherfucker, how did you see that down there?"
Right, or just or just hair in general,
yeah.
Or like dusting for fingerprints and stuff like that. Apparently, that's not even like really a thing, or not really effective.
Those bastards had me thinking it was.
So you could like, I think it was trying to make sure that people don't go kill people. Because I think it's actually pretty easy to get away with murder.
Like, listen, guys, we need to find out a way to stop people from killing so many people. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
Let's make a show about criminal investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Let's show them what they use.
Yeah.
It's like, but these are things that they don't use, sir. Exactly.
Yeah. I think murder is like mad easy to get away with.
Interesting.
But I'm going to end on that note. Do you want to end on that note? But this whole P. Diddy situation, when they catch him, because I don't think it's gonna be an if.
Fuck no.
Yeah, they're gonna get this guy.
One of two things are gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're either gonna bring him back and he's gonna get charged and this and that and blah 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 blah, and probably snitch on other people and give us dirty secrets about whatever.
Yeah,
about Tupac and Biggie. Hopefully,
try to get it like a lighter sentence,
or they find him shot or dead somehow.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, "Oh my God, authorities just found, South American local authorities just found Sean Diddy Combs with his throat slit in a hotel living room."
Nah, it'll be clean. It'll be like pills or
I'm
something
just
like
saying.
that.
Or shot in the head from an apparent suicide.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Come on, guys.
But then they'll go, oh, there's succinylcholine. Succinylcholine. You ever watch Forensic Files?
I have a couple times.
Yeah, you ever hear of succinylcholine?
No.
It's like this. It's like this thing that is like untraceable. Like if you like shoot it into somebody, it could like murder them, but it was like untraceable for years.
God,
it was called succinylcholine, and the guy, it's like burned in my mind because of how the guy said it. He's like, apparently there were traces of succinylcholine found in their system, and so they'll find out like years later that it was succinylcholine.
I think
that ended up taking out Mr. Combs.
Somebody's gonna do the same thing. They're gonna hang him.
Yeah.
And they're going to just put porn on in front of him. Just going to be like, he wanted to die from autoerotica asphyxiation.
Yeah.
That's a long phrase.
It is. You executed it very well. Congratulations, Kyle. That was nice. That was clean.
I am one sick fuck. You thought I didn't have kinks? There you go.
Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna find out just like little by little.
You see these?
We're gonna.
You see how I keep rubbing my neck right
Exactly,
now?
yeah.
Let me pull my shirt.
You're gonna come in with a V-neck, and I'm gonna be like, "What are those marks?"
hickeys from a noose.
All around. I got sucked on by a noose.
Sucked on by a rope. I got sucked off. You're like, yeah, dude, really? By a rope. You're like,
By
what?
a rope.
What? Really?
Yeah, I think we need to get you help, buddy.
And then I'll just jump out the window going, I've got kinks. I did my best.
I'm like, you could have just opened the door. I did my best.
I did my best.
I did my best.
Throwing my pants in the air.
As you hit the ground.
I did my best. Flat.
Running around. Running naked. I did my best.
Kyle didn't do this. Kyle didn't kill himself.
All right.
He'll be the next Jeffrey Epstein. He didn't do it himself.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
They're going to see you pushing down the stairs.
You're going to see Kayla. You're going to see a random person videotaping, and that person sends in the imagery, and Kayla's just in the background going,
just like looking. Yeah. It'd be like like one of those.
It just disappears.
Those blurry videos of you tripping down the stairs, and you just see a hand.
Yes. Wait a minute. Isn't that the same ring that he got her?
The frame cut off. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling
kids.
Okay, we're off the rail.
Let's go.
All right. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, rate, and follow. This is the Itchy Sweater Podcast. Podcast?
Podcast.